And now, it is my privilege to introduce my colleague, Sara Jacobs, from the great state of California.
Well, thank you. So, like many of my colleagues, I was home in San Diego this weekend and went to multiple food distributions hosted by the San Diego Food Bank and Feeding San Diego. I'm so proud of how our local community and communities across the country have stepped up in the absence of leadership from the federal government. But let's be clear, it shouldn't have to be this way. It shouldn't take a court order to force the federal government to feed 40 million Americans. And then the federal government shouldn't fight and slow roll the court order. The federal government should have done this already. In fact, we should have already addressed the crisis that 40 million Americans rely on food assistance to begin with. Americans need a social safety net that actually works. Meanwhile, a new report came out just this week that the 10 wealthiest people in the United States have seen their fortunes explode by $700 billion since Donald Trump took office. The gap between the haves and the have-nots is growing wider every day under this administration. Case in point, while the administration was fighting against paying for SNAP this month and families at home were wondering how they were going to put food on the table, President Trump hosted a roaring 20s party for his millionaire and corporate friends, complete with burlesque dancers posing in massive martini glasses. This is outrageous. The administration needs to follow the law. They need to abide by this court order and feed the American people. And honestly, rich people need to pay more in taxes. And I say that my grandfather founded a Fortune 500 company, and I believe that my family and families like mine should be taxed more. We should not have two different Americas, one for the rich and one for the poor, where the rich get even bigger tax breaks and the poor work 2, 3, or even 4 jobs and still are not able to put food on the table. This is a crisis, and we need to address it now.